That's a strikeout.
Well, that's not the best two-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
The pitch timer expired before he started his windup, so that's a ball.
That must be incredibly frustrating for the pitcher, but this is all about creating more action and speeding up the game, and it's working.
Batting third, the third baseman.
One gone, runner at first. So in now for Cleveland, Jose Ramirez. And a pop right side, foul territory. Makes the grab, 2 down. Here's the Guardians lineup now. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough runner on the go. Strike in there. Throw. Save. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And that's the 3rd out.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Bottom of the first, stepping in the long ball threat, Shohei Ohtani. And the pitch. Into center. Makes the grab on the run. And a quick out, number 1. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. And the key to victory for them here, get their starter some run support early.
If they can get him that run support early, it's likely the other team folds because they know how dominant he can be once he gets settled in. So put pressure on that other team right away. Jump out to a lead early, and a few runs is going to feel like 30.
Swings through that one. It affects the game in so many ways, right? Your ability to come back is usually tied to power. If you can deliver a huge hit with one swing of the bat, it really changes your capability when you fall behind. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Mookie Betts. On the ground. Toss to Naylor. And Betts is set down. Inning over. Dodgers go down quietly. Scoreless. Second inning set to go. And now the right fielder, Ramon Laureano. And the pitch a little bit low, ball 1. Ohtani, an all-star a season ago. He throws a slurve, a four-seamer, a cutter, a splitter, and he works in a sinker. That one missed. Two and 2. Gets a piece and stays alive.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Here's the 2-2. Stays alive. The pitch. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Bo Naylor at the plate now. And that's in the dirt. Ohtani, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. Hayward makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. 2 outs, base is empty. Next is the designated hitter, Will Brennan. Fastball in for a strike. 0-1. The right-hander deals. Wouldn't chase that time. 2 outs, base is empty. That one is absolutely belted. That ball's carrying. It bangs off the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
And that one is lifted in the air. Brings it in, and that is that. A double in the inning. Bottom of the second. We're tied, 0-0. Bottom of the second. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Swing and a miss.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means. James Kingsley working the plate. Kingsley's pretty well respected around the league.
Yeah, when you talk to players, I think consistently he is one of the guys you hear compliments about. Players appreciate the job he does back there.
Yeah, that's kind of all you can ask for, really, just a fair chance to go out and have success.
That one ripped. Way back there. And that one is going to go. And this place is rocking. It's 1-0. One pitch, one swing, one home run.
Yeah, you could say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact. He came out of his shoes on that one, but managed to keep his mechanics intact long enough to get to the ball and through it, and it went a long way.
Here's Muncy to hit. Swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
And he swings through that one.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Down and in, moved his feet. 1 out, base is empty. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there. Just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
2 outs. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
2 down, nobody on. Got him looking for the strikeout. Couldn't pull the trigger on a fastball at the knees. So the Dodgers strike first on the solo jack. And we're back. And now the center fielder, Miles Straw. Out to short, Betts. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Boom, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so.
And the pitch. And that one fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
He goes down looking. Here's Andres Jimenez. First pitch misses.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
That one finds the zone, and it's 2-1 now. Hits and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Save.
Well, it really doesn't matter what the situation is. When a guy like this gets on first, you know he's going to steal second at some point during the at-bat. Nice job to get into scoring position. The defense probably knew it was coming, but they just couldn't do anything to stop it.
Tying run in scoring position. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. And Ramirez is set down. And that is. And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the last of the third. And now Jason Hayward. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Ball 1, no strike.
Ground ball to the right side. And it goes just foul. The 1-1 is fouled off. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The wind of the pitch. Got him. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off. And now it's Gavin Lux. Fought off foul. One down, base is empty. Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2. Lays down a bunt to the right side. Back to the top of the lineup, Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Just missed. Chopper right side. Jimenez slings to first, and they get Ohtani for the out. Back here in L.A., John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Josh Naylor.
You know, these Guardians, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
In the air, center field. Outman moving under it. Puts it away for the out. One up, one down. Laureano comes up to hit. Struck out swinging his first time. And there's a foul ball. The Guardians down by a run. Top half of inning number 4. And there's a ball.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Gathers and throws to first. And that bottom 4. The batter now will be Will Smith. The pitch. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. Smith, a former All-Star, 29 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2016. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-2. Got him looking, and there's 1 down.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Here's Mookie now. He's 0 for 1. Swings through that one. 0-1. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. A little out front there as he swings through it.
0-2.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Turns and fires to Betts. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Naylor collects, fires to first, in time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate, and people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
Popped up. Ramirez squeezes it, and that will end the inning. Cross here this half. Back here at Chavez Ravine. New inning getting started. And now the DH, Will Brennan.
You know, these Guardians just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
And here it comes. Dives, and he can't hang on. Flip to the pitcher is in time. And that's out number one on a tough play.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
And now 2-0.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Kicks and deals. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Next offering down in the dirt. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top of the 5th. To the right side, Lux. Tosses to first. 2 gone now.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Straw in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate. That one in the dirt. And a count 2-1.
1 strike.
And a swing and a miss.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Bounce to the left side. Tosses to first. That ends the frame. The Guardians go down 1-0. Back here at Dodger Stadium. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. That smash towards center. Straw makes the grab, 1 down.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time up he'll find a hole.
Muncy now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching all game long.
1 down, base is empty.
Ball, that's inside.
Battling here as he fouls it away. The 1-2. Got him looking. And there are 2 down.
No, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Outman at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Laced down the line, took the extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And that's a double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Here's Jason Hayward. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Big swing and a miss.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
That misses the zone, and that is ball 1. Outman stands at second with 2 gone. And another ball. And down on strikes. Inning over. So the Dodgers 1-0 lead. And we're back. Top 6. Now the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. That's in there. And it's 0-1. Hit weakly on the ground. Betts fires to first on the run. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. Andres Jimenez digs in for the Guardians. Swing and a foul straight back. Right through there for a strike. Next offering is downstairs. The Dodgers leading by a run, and we're the top half of the 6th. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And that skips into there.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Left-hand hitter waits. Got it by him for the K. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Ramirez in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Next offering is in for a strike. 2 outs. Line drive, and that's just foul. Out towards left center. Hernandez ranging after it. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. So Dodgers 1, and the Guardians 0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the second baseman, Gavin Lux. Swings through that one for strike 1.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. The wind of the pitch. Fights it off, he'll see another. Here comes a pitch. Check swing, and he held up. Got him. 1 away.
Pretty electric stuff showing up on the mound right now. I mean, into double-digit strikeouts. He should be able to rack up some more before he's done in this one. And not many of these hitters have had much of an answer for what he's offering out there.
Ohtani up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. And there's the strike.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Next pitch is outside. And a swing and a miss.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just going to have to tip your cap on that pitch.
And down on strikes he goes. And 2 away now.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there. And I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
The 1-0. And a foul ball. In the dirt, ball 2. Swings through that one out in front that time. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's outside. Got him looking. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the... He did 1-0. Back here in L.A., top of inning number 7. Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians. Josh Naylor into center field. That'll fall for a hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Laureano lays off down low as he digs in for the 3rd time. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Next offer in there for a strike. That's strike 2. In the dirt. And the runner stays where he is. Two now. Inside, almost got him.
Calling this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Booth.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a drive, deep right field. High bounce, takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double. And the batter now, Bo Naylor. Strike 1.
Don't be surprised, a ball on the ground to the corners, that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
And that's off the inside edge. And it's 1-1. And here comes the Dodgers manager to the mound. The new pitcher in the game, Joe Kelly.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And he hits a ground ball right side. To the plate, save, and we are tied. Go ahead run on base. Next for the Guardians is the designated hitter, Will Brennan. Pitch misses, ball 1. Swing and a miss, 99. How do you do? Pitch misses there, and that's ball 2. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play. With 2 strikes, some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch at the best pitch you possibly can and let the result.
Swing and a slow roller. Can't glove it cleanly. In to score from third. And a 2-1 ball game now. Here's Brian Riccio. And that one fouled off. Oh, right to the backstop. And the runners will move up. Naylor, the runner at third. Brennan stands at second. No outs. Throw on to Freeman. Finally gets the first out here on the grounder. Miles Straw digs in for the Guardians. And fouled off.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. Next pitch way upstairs. Way inside, and that hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
Well, there's no hiding in this spot. Bases loaded now, and no more wiggle room for any more mistakes like that.
Cleveland up a run, looking for more. Missed with a changeup. 1-1. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Ground ball right side. Lux. Off balance throw in time. But the runner scores from third. Thought they had a shot at him at the plate. Andres Jimenez now at the plate. Wouldn't chase that time. In the air, left field, down the line, and that drops foul. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, you want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Inning over, and it could have been worse. So in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. Guardians 3, and the Dodgers 1. Betts now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Activity in the Guardians bullpen. Sam Hentges, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Barlow also throwing.
If you're on the mound right now, you know you have to retire this hitter. If he gets on base, it could open up the floodgates for this offense to score some runs.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Swings and misses. 1 away. Big time out leading off the home 7.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. It doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Strike 2.
Seems like the hitters are struggling with their timing today. Kind of caught in between that sharp fastball and the nasty slider. I'd like to see him settle on a consistent pitch.
Going to count 1 and 2.
It's a good take.
2 strikes to count.
Got him. 2 gone. A big performance on the mound. Lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, clearly trusting his stuff in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what he's working with.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 3-2. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Pitcher tried to intimidate with that fastball up and in, but he was ready for it. Pulled the trigger, and man, explosive through the zone right there.
So 2 down. Max Muncy will hit next. There's the strike.
0-1's the count.
And that's a little high. Swing and a miss as he was late. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Off the mark there. Now 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Ground ball nailer. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. And the home team. For the top of the 8th. Now it's Jose. Alex Vesia on the pitch here.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
0-1, no strike.
That one ripped, but foul. At the belt and fires. That one at 95 missed up top. Now 2 balls and a strike. Late that time, it's strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The pitch. Ramirez swings and lifts this one deep to left. Hernandez going back on this one. Makes the catch up against the wall. Here's Josh Naylor. 1 for 3. That clips the corner. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Got him swinging. Slider got him for strike 3.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
That's off the mark. Now 2-0. That's to third. Throw is high and over his head. Around first and hustling for second. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone. And now the catcher comes up to him. Bo Naylor. And takes low for ball 1. Laureano at second with 2 down. This one in the air, right field. In position. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Sam Hentges.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Movement in the bullpen, Emmanuel Clase, the closer of the staff, is getting loose to face it. And meanwhile, this a fair ball down the left field line. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
And that one fouled off. So the tying run at second, outside, and the count even 1-1.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And another ball with a single base runner because of all the power. They are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. And just misses with that one. Gavin Lux up next for the Dodgers. And there's ball 4.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way out.
Lux swings through it for strike 1.
There was a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
And he deals. Way outside. 1-2 to count. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Ohtani swings through it for strike 1. Next pitch is outside. And now the lefty way out front for strike 2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Couldn't catch up to the heater. So Cleveland brings on a new reliever, Scott Barlow. So first and second with 2 outs. And up to the plate is Will Smith. Swing and a miss. Slider right there.
It's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Off the catcher and rolls away. Should be a pass ball, and there are 2 in scoring position now.
Could be a costly one there. The tying run was already in scoring position, but now that go-ahead run is just a base hit away from scoring. Got to let it go and make some big pitches now.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Pitch misses, and it's 2-2. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Up with it. Fires to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. Showing there from the Cleveland bullpen. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Blake Trinan.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
That's a little bit low. See the velocity 97 with that fastball. Now this is in the air down the line. Hayward sizes this one up, and there's 1 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Rocchio, the next to hit, takes outside. That's down and in. Right-handed reliever. The other way, and a base hit right there. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Swing and a ball popped up. They got it for out number 2. Here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan.
1-0.
This one in the dirt. But no advance. That's ball 1. 2 outs.
That's ball 2.
In the air out towards right center. Drifts towards it. Makes the catch, inning over. So 1 hit is all they get. Indians 3 and the Dodgers 2. Back here at Chavez Ravine. And now it's Mookie Betts.
Number 48.
The pitch. Fought off foul. One-run game, bottom 9. Swings and misses. And it's 0-2.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Foul ball still 0-2. Kicks and fires. The shortstop takes a ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell.
Got him! A huge out to start the bottom of the 9th.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager, as a pitching coach. When you can hand the ball off with multiple arms, you get stability from all of their performances.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish.
Counts 1-0.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss, blew it by him at 99.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never even had a chance.
Freeman hits it in the air. Straw has a beat on it. Calls it in, 2 away. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
I'd say that stayed in the tunnel for a long time. No chance of even fouling it off.
And a big swing and a miss.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
ペース変えない。まだ。
One strike away. Swing and a miss struck him out, and that is the ball game.
Great pitcher's duel in this one. You get to a certain point where each pitcher is trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game. And for these pitchers, it really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a...
You got a mic? Put a ton in. What I usually do is I put the Hernandez's like on the last set. I'll put Hernandez, Teosco. I'll put Teoscar on 7 and Enrique on 9th, and then I'll put Will between them and Gavin at 6. Muncie could be 4, and Tony could be 6. Or 5, I mean.
Coming to you live from Southern California. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And now here's the Dodgers designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
One sec.
And a pitch. Hammers that one deep left field.
Wow.
Get it.
First fucking pitch. First pitch. Wow.
He wastes no time on this one.
That's
Just like
cool.
that, they move in front. It's 1-0. The batter now will be Will Smith. Ripped on a line. Can't get there, base hit. Makes the turn and heads for second. And it bangs up against the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Here's Mookie now. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're just getting started here in the top of the first. Now it's belted deep to left. Way out of here.
Bro, what
Home
is
run.
this? It's too easy.
A gigantic blast. It's their second home run of the inning, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-0. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Muncie sends it to first. One out in the top of the first. And now Teoscar Hernandez. And a base hit up the middle. So a man aboard now with one away.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride low, out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
And the righty deals. That misses the zone. And the count 1-2. Hernandez, the base runner at first with one out. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. And here comes Tommy Edman. He swings and fouls one off. Edman, a former Gold Glove winner, 28 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. And that's off the inside edge. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Rudder takes off. Betts is on the move. Won't catch this one. It's down for a hit. Lead runner around second. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
Kike Hernandez now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. First and second, 2 down.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
All 1 there. Close one, doesn't get the call. And the count is 2-2. And a swing and a miss. We go to the bottom of the first. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Tommy Edman. The pitch. Lifted in the air down the left side. Hernandez takes it in for the out. And there's 1 down.
A little drop and drive on that swing. Backside collapsing just a little bit, trying to put the ball in the air.
Mookie Betts in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Now 1-1.
Betts is definitely one of those guys that excels at everything he does, Boog. In terms of baseball, he can do it all. He's won World Series, batting titles, Gold Gloves, and everything else you can think of. Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Some high cheese for strike 3. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. In there at the knees. And that is strike 1. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Still able to get it there in time. And they do get the 3rd out of the inning. Back here at Dodger Stadium. And now it's Gavin Lux. And the right-hander back to work. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Now there's 1 away. So the batting order turns over. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
It's great watching Yamamoto pitch in Major League Baseball, but he played against MLB talent before he signed with the Dodgers. He was a standout at the Tokyo Olympics and in the 2023 World Baseball Classic and helped Japan win gold medals in both.
Hernandez moving under this one. And there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. And up to the plate is Will Smith. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. That one catches the zone. Strike 1. Two outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Late on that fastball. Ohtani, multi-time All-Star. He throws a slurve, a four-seamer, a cutter, a splitter, and he works in a sinker. Hammer, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
And a swing and a miss. One gone here. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a miss. 99. How do you do? A little out front there as he swings through it.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. There's a swing and a drive. And that should be extra bases.
That's my fault. That's my fault. Throw. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing.
So two runners in scoring position and just one out.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Swing and a miss. That is strike two.
Boom, that's cheddar, baby.
Off the mark there. And the count is 1-2. Left-hand batter waits. And that one almost hit him. Struck him out swinging. Some high cheese for strike three. Here's Kike Hernandez. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
Damn, they keep getting these drive fucking hits. Go home, go home, go home, go home, go home.
And he's out.
Got your ass. Good throw, good throw. Ah, they left.